The war to end all wars.
What do we remember?
Is it the deafening sound of the guns?
The blood.
The guts spilling out of ripped bodies.
The shattered bone.
Pieces of bodies entombed in the mud.
The calls of men dying in no man's land.
The screams of horses as they died.
The stench of death everywhere.
The never-ending rain.
The earth turned into thick mud.
The sun.
Passchendaele.
They were all of these things.
It was a man-made hell on earth.
But in that earth and in skies above, there was still beauty.
Still moments so magical you could shut your eyes and believe you were in England. I fought for England, for English fields, lanes, trees, English atmospheres, and good days in England. And all that is synonymous with liberty.
Gemmed with white daisies was the great green world. Your restless feet have pressed this long day through. Come now and let me whisper in your dreams, a little song grown from my love for you.
I cannot recollect any spring that thrilled me more. Man might destroy himself and his civilization through the incredible stupidity of war, but the annual rebirth of nature continues. Here is something assured and permanent, an established truth in a world of constantly altering values.
There was a man once loved green fields like you. He drew his knowledge from the wild birds' songs. He had praise for every beauteous thing, and he had pity for his piteous wrong.
We had to dig for our lives. At some point in history, the Flanders plain lay under the sea. Farmers had dug drainage ditches to help take away the water, but when there is heavy rain, it quickly becomes waterlogged, and there is no topsoil, just a heavy clay. Beneath its meadows and wildflowers, Flanders is a natural bog.
When the guns started up and the shells plunged down, it turned into a quagmire. We had to dig like no army had before. Mine shafts. We had to create mine shafts and tunnels to get beneath the Germans.
It didn't matter how tired you were. You always dug as fast as you could to get protection against the shell fire.
A lover of earth's forests, of her hills, and brother to her sunlight, to her rain. Man with a boy's fresh wonder, he was great, with greatness all too simple to explain.
But away from the front, the floor was ablaze with white, yellow and blue flowers. The luxuriance was so unexpected as to make me feel as though I was in a fairy story. I had inadvertently broken into some secret and privileged place where I had no business to be. The white flowers, pinkly nodding in the sunlight, as in timid recognition, were of course wooden enemies, and the yellow flowers were lesser celandines and primroses.
He was a dreamer and a poet and brave, to face and hold what he alone found true. He was a comrade of the old, a friend to every laughing child like you.
As I picked my way through the trees, I came to a concealed clearing thick with wild daffodils, mostly in bud but a few in flower. What a revelation.
And when across the peaceful English land, unhurt by war, the light is growing dim, and you remember by your shadowed bee all those, the brave, you must remember him.
It really was the most pathetic thing I've ever experienced. My groom, who was following me closely, absolutely wept. When I drew his attention to a mass of snowdrops, I had a big lump in my throat myself. We did not gather them up as it seemed like sacrilege. The wee white flowers sticking up out of chaos and desolation.
And know it was for you who bear his name, and such as you all his joy he gave. His love of quiet fields, his youth, his life, to win that heritage of peace you have.